Hello everybody and welcome back to Business and Bourbon. My name is Luke Evans and I'm here with Basil Hayden's Dark Rye. Wonderful choice, highly recommend it. And today we're going to be going over profit margins and how to set your price point to maximize profits. Now, there's a whole lot of things about this that are very simple and I'm going to skip over. Yes, you need to make sure you sell at a higher price than the cost to manufacture. That's pretty simple, that's pretty basic, I'm not going to go over that. And for those of you who are already business savvy, you may already have the exemptions to that rule in mind about, well, maybe you need to capture market share and all these things. Sure, gonna skip over all that. I'm gonna skip over most of these things, so keep in mind that this is not a silver bullet about what to do. This is, as all my videos, hopefully the thing that you may not have considered. In this particular topic, I was actually writing a blog about something else, and then this kind of popped in, like, no, like they really need to know this topic in order to understand, this my other argument. And I was like, wait, maybe I should do a video about that, because most people don't consider this. Okay, so what are they not considering? I think most people forget a proper hurdle rate. And so what is hurdle rates? Hurdle rates it's the number of a product you need to sell, so how much of a product you need to sell in order to cover your essentially overhead costs, right? So if I'm looking to sell coffee, I love coffee, so that's going to be something I'm going to do. I'm going to sell a pound of coffee or a bag of coffee, and let's say it costs me $10 to make. So to purchase the coffee, to roast it, to bag it, and then to ship it out, $10 to make that. I can sell it for basically anything above $10. So conventional wisdom about undercutting competitors or matching competitors and all that is you're going to say, I'm going to sell my coffee between $12 and $16. Right, pretty basic cost of selling. So how do I know which point to sell to? Obviously, if I can sell to $16, then that's going to be a higher profit margin. And so many people choose a profit margin as their silver bullet, and that's kind of not right. That's the last step, right? I'm going to identify what price I need to sell at, and then figure out what I want my profit margin to be and work backwards from there. So if I'm selling at $16 and I want a 50% profit margin, well, that $10 manufacturing cost, I want to find a way to roll back to $8. I'm not going to choose my price point based off profit margin. That's the last thing you care about, and that doesn't give you any answers, and you're going to mess a lot of things up if you do that. So, bourbon's great. Okay, so what do you want to choose? Well, you want to look at how many people are going to buy at each price point. So, simple example, if I sell one bag at $16, then that's $6 profit margin. If I lower that down to $14 and I can sell 3, well, that's a profit. Even though it's a lower profit margin, I now have $12 of profit. So I've doubled my total profit by cutting back my price point by $2. See how that works? So you're going to take that as low as you can until that total profit starts to diminish. So we'll say at $12, I can sell 16 bags, and at $11, I can sell 30 bags, right? So $11 is $1 profit margin, but I'm selling 30 bags. So that's $30 of profit, which is so much more than selling one bag of 16. But at $2, I am getting $2 of profit margin, and if I'm only getting, 16, that's $32 of profit. So at that point, selling from $12 is higher profit than selling at $11. Not because of the profit margin, but because of the amount of sales times the profit margin, right? So $12 in this scenario that I built is the highest total profit compared to 11, 14, or 16, all the other ones that I've mentioned. Now, you may say, well, you just made those numbers up to serve your purpose, and that's true, I did. But the reason I did that is because most people, as law of economics or law of statistics, actually, I don't remember what the actual law is, something like the law of the masses or something, but we fall under a bell curve. Anytime we have something, we fall into that general bell curve coming around, right? Your price point, if you have a bell curve going this point here from $0 up to 16, and your price point's at 10, well, you have essentially the second half of that bell curve you're working for. So where on that bell curve can you sell? And you're right, over here on that $16, there's only going to be one person. But as you're getting closer to that bell curve, more and more people are going to buy from you, right? So if I have a pound of coffee and I go to a farmer's market and I say $16, most people are going to turn away, and I might find that one person. But if I go out there with a $12 bag of coffee, $12 isn't that bad. Most people are willing to pay about $12 for a bag of coffee, or at least, enough of them, more of them are, and they'll buy for that. Now, $11, even more people are, so that would be the top of the bell curve, because you're getting more people who are buying for that, but my profit margin is not going to meet up. There's not a big enough difference between $11 and $12 worth of people, right? Dropping that down doesn't give you a big enough jump to justify the cost reduction, whereas jumping from $16 to 12, or even 14 down to 12, does give me a big enough jump to justify that change of cost. So that's what you want to look for. You want to look for at what point is dropping down the profit margin, at what point does that no longer give you a big enough jump in total profits. And wherever that line is, that's where you want to set your profits. That's where you want to set your price point. Let me rephrase that. Set your price point at that. And then, of course, overlay your competitors, right? If you're selling at $12 and your competitors are selling at 11, well, maybe you'll need to drop down to 11 because you're then capturing market share and all the other factors that go in. And then setting your profit margin is actually a manufacturing issue, right? When you figure out $12 is your best sell point, well, now I want to increase my profits. How do I lower my manufacturing cost? Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you have a good day. Cheers.